Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. Welcome to Timeless Talks, the realm where we resurrect the great minds of the past and bring them face to face with the complexities of today. I'm your moderator, David Lee, and in this episode, we have a philosophical titan in our midst, none other than Immanuel Kant. Get ready for a mind-bending journey as we peel back the layers of history to uncover the wisdom that can guide us forward. Immanuel, would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Greetings to the esteemed audience of Timeless Talks. I am Immanuel Kant, born on April 22, 1724, in Königsberg, Prussia. My upbringing was marked by modesty and a strong commitment to education. Throughout my youth, I immersed myself in various subjects, including natural sciences, mathematics, and theology. My academic journey led me to the University of Königsberg, where I studied philosophy and became deeply engaged with the works of prominent thinkers of my time. Later, I pursued a career in academia and obtained a teaching position at the university, where I spent much of my life as a renowned professor of philosophy. My thoughts and writings were shaped by the Enlightenment era, a period of intellectual awakening that emphasized reason and individual autonomy. My passion for metaphysics and epistemology led to the formulation of the critical philosophy that laid the groundwork for my most significant works, such as Critique of Pure Reason. As I delved into the depths of human reason and morality, my philosophical inquiries sought to establish universal principles and objective truths, providing a solid foundation for ethical decision-making and understanding the nature of knowledge. Throughout my life, I remained committed to a life of simplicity, unassuming in demeanor, but rigorous in intellectual pursuits. The journey that brought me to prominence was one of contemplation, reflection, and dedication to understanding the complexities of human thought and existence.
You've left an indelible mark on philosophy, but what motivated a young Immanuel Kant to pursue such a profound understanding of human reason and metaphysics?
As a young scholar, my motivations were deeply rooted in a quest for understanding the fundamental nature of reality and human cognition. I was driven by a desire to explore the limits and possibilities of human reason, seeking to establish a solid foundation for knowledge and ethics. The Enlightenment era, with its emphasis on reason and autonomy, greatly influenced my philosophical journey, propelling me towards a systematic exploration of metaphysics and epistemology. I believed that by unraveling the complexities of human thought and the nature of reality, we could establish universal principles that guide our moral choices and enhance our understanding of the world. This pursuit of knowledge and truth became the driving force behind my lifelong commitment to philosophy and my relentless dedication to unraveling the mysteries of human existence.
Your work on the categorical imperative is well known, but could you elaborate on how you arrived at the conclusion that morality should be based on universally applicable principles?
In my explorations, I sought to establish a moral framework that transcends individual preferences and cultural variations, aiming to uncover principles that are universally applicable to all rational beings. The impetus for the categorical imperative arose from my contemplation on the nature of moral duty. I posited that an ethical principle should be binding on all rational beings, irrespective of personal desires or circumstances. By reasoning from the standpoint of pure reason, I sought to identify principles that could stand the test of universality and objectivity. Through the process of practical reason, I arrived at the formulation of the categorical imperative. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can, at the same time, will that it should become a universal law. This principle demands that actions be guided by rational, moral laws that can be applied consistently to all rational agents. The categorical imperative, in its unconditional nature, rejects any form of subjective or instrumental reasoning. It urges us to consider the consequences of our actions if they were to become universal laws, ensuring that our actions align with universal ethical principles. By grounding morality in rationality and universality, the categorical imperative provides a robust foundation for moral decision-making and encourages individuals to act in a way that respects the inherent dignity and autonomy of all rational beings. In essence, this ethical framework serves as a guide to navigate the complexities of moral dilemmas and fosters a sense of moral duty that transcends individual desires, cultural norms, and temporary circumstances. It remains a thought-provoking and timeless contribution, challenging us to reflect on the fundamental principles that govern our actions and their impact on the moral fabric of society.
Many are familiar with your famous quote, "Dare to know, have the courage to use your own reason." How did this call for enlightenment shape your own thinking and influence society during your time?
Personally, this mantra became a guiding principle for my own intellectual pursuits. It inspired me to question deeply, to challenge assumptions, and to seek the truths hidden beneath the surface of conventional beliefs. By daring to know, I embarked on a lifelong exploration of human reason, morality, and the nature of reality. As a prominent figure in the age of enlightenment, my ideas resonated with a society hungry for knowledge and emancipation from dogmatic constraints. The call for enlightenment fostered a spirit of intellectual liberation, encouraging individuals to think for themselves and not merely accept truths handed down by authority. Through my writings and teachings, I sought to cultivate a culture of critical inquiry and intellectual freedom. By emphasizing the importance of reason as a tool for moral and intellectual progress, I aim to inspire societal transformation and the pursuit of knowledge for the betterment of humanity. The call for enlightenment also played a crucial role in shaping the broader cultural and philosophical landscape of my time. It influenced the emergence of new ideas and discussions on ethics, politics, and the role of the individual in society. My philosophical works, infused with the spirit of enlightenment, became instrumental in challenging established norms and sparking profound debates on the foundations of knowledge and ethics. Overall, the enduring impact of the call for enlightenment lies in its invitation to embrace reason as the key to human understanding and progress. It sparked a philosophical movement that continues to resonate with thinkers across generations, inspiring them to dare to know, to seek truth fearlessly, and to use reason as a guiding light in the pursuit of knowledge and moral understanding.
Your philosophy emphasized autonomy and reason, but some critics argue that it may lead to a disconnect from emotions and personal experiences. How do you address these concerns?
This concern is a thoughtful critique of my philosophy. It is essential to acknowledge that my emphasis on reason and autonomy in moral decision-making does not advocate for the dismissal of emotions or the neglect of personal experiences. Rather, my philosophical framework seeks to establish a harmonious relationship between reason and emotions, understanding that both play crucial roles in the human experience. Emotions serve as valuable guides, offering insights into our values, desires, and motivations. They are integral to our moral sensibilities, helping us discern what we care about and what matters to us. However, my approach advocates for the rational evaluation and examination of emotions to ensure that our moral choices align with universal ethical principles. The rational deliberation prevents us from being solely guided by momentary impulses or subjective preferences that might conflict with moral duties. Emotions can, indeed, influence our decisions, but the key lies in subjecting them to critical analysis and scrutiny guided by reason. By doing so, we ensure that our actions are not solely driven by fleeting emotions but grounded in principles that stand the test of universality and objectivity. In essence, my philosophy aims to strike a balance between reason and emotions, recognizing the value of both while ensuring that reason serves as the guiding force in ethical deliberations. It is through this balance that we can make moral decisions that respect the inherent worth of rational beings while acknowledging the richness and complexity of human experiences. Thus, it is crucial to understand that my philosophy does not advocate for a complete detachment from emotions, but emphasizes the importance of reason in guiding our moral actions, promoting a harmonious integration of rationality and emotions in the pursuit of moral knowledge and ethical conduct.
You once wrote that out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made. Can you elaborate on this perspective and its relevance to the complexities of the modern world?
In reflecting upon this phrase, I sought to highlight an essential truth about human nature and the complexities of the human condition. It encapsulates the recognition that human beings are not perfect, but rather they are inherently flawed and subject to imperfections in their thoughts, actions, and motivations. This perspective emphasizes the acknowledgement of our limitations and the inevitable presence of moral and intellectual challenges within the human experience. It serves as a reminder that despite our best intentions, we are bound by our fallibility, and our endeavors may not always result in perfect outcomes. The relevance of this perspective to the complexities of the modern world lies in its recognition of the inherent complexities and uncertainties that permeate human affairs. It urges us to approach societal issues and ethical dilemmas with a sense of humility, recognizing that finding straightforward and absolute solutions may prove elusive. By understanding that human nature is shaped by a mixture of rationality, emotions, and external influences, we can navigate the complexities of the modern world with a balanced and thoughtful approach. This recognition prompts us to engage in critical thinking, to weigh the consequences of our actions, and to consider the broader implications of our decisions. The perspective of the crooked timber of humanity reminds us of the importance of empathy and compassion in dealing with one another. It encourages us to approach each other's shortcomings with understanding and the aspiration to collectively strive for progress and moral growth. This philosophical perspective offers an insightful lens through which to approach the intricacies of ethical and social dilemmas, fostering a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the human condition. It invites us to recognize that despite our imperfections, we have the capacity for rational deliberation and moral agency, enabling us to work towards a more just and enlightened society.
Your work has had a profound impact on various disciplines, including ethics, epistemology, and aesthetics. Were there any unintended consequences or limitations to your ideas that you believe should be acknowledged?
While I endeavored to provide a systematic and rigorous approach, I must acknowledge that no philosophical system is without its limitations and potential unintended consequences. One limitation that I recognize in my ethical theory is the challenge of applying the categorical imperative to specific real-world situations. The principle of universalizability, while providing a robust foundation for moral principles, can sometimes lead to complexities when faced with conflicting moral duties or contextual nuances. Balancing competing moral obligations within the categorical imperative framework can be a demanding task, and it requires careful discernment. Furthermore, my emphasis on reason and universality in ethics may raise concerns about neglecting the significance of emotions and personal experiences in moral decision-making. While reason remains pivotal in determining moral principles, I acknowledge that emotions and intuitions can influence our ethical judgments and play a role in shaping our understanding of right and wrong. In epistemology, my critical philosophy aimed to establish the limits and possibilities of human knowledge. However, I must acknowledge that my transcendental idealism, while providing a compelling account of how we perceive and conceptualize the world, has been met with critiques regarding its implications for external reality and the nature of the self. In aesthetics, my notion of disinterested pleasure as a criterion for beauty has faced criticism for potentially excluding subjective and emotional responses to art. While I argued for the universality of aesthetic judgments, I understand that individual preferences and cultural influences play a significant role in shaping aesthetic experiences. In presenting my philosophical ideas, I must recognize that they are not infallible, and they should be subject to critical examination and refinement. It is essential to engage in open dialogue and embrace the collective pursuit of truth and understanding, acknowledging that philosophical investigations are an ongoing process of discovery and refinement. By acknowledging the limitations and potential unintended consequences of my ideas, I hope to encourage further exploration and critical evaluation of philosophical concepts, fostering a deeper understanding of the complexities inherent in the pursuit of knowledge and ethical principles.
The concept of the nominal realm and the limitations of human knowledge have sparked debates over the centuries. How do you respond to those who challenge your philosophical framework on these grounds?
Regarding the nominal realm, I maintain that it represents the realm of things in themselves, beyond human perception and cognition. While we can grasp the phenomenal world through our senses and understanding, the true nature of things, independent of our cognitive faculties, remains unknowable. Critics may argue that this separation between the nominal and phenomenal realms leads to skepticism or denies access to ultimate reality. However, it is essential to recognize that the nominal realm is not intended to be a realm of uncertainty or metaphysical speculation. Instead, it serves as a boundary for our cognitive capacities and reminds us of the limits of human understanding. As for the limitations of human knowledge, my critical philosophy acknowledges that our knowledge is shaped by the structures of our minds and our interaction with the external world. Our knowledge is contingent upon our conceptual frameworks and the forms of intuition we possess. Critics may argue that this view leads to a form of relativism or subjectivism, where knowledge is seen as merely a product of human faculties. However, I would respond by emphasizing that my goal was not to undermine the objectivity of knowledge, but rather to explore the conditions that make knowledge possible. In addressing these challenges, it is crucial to consider that my philosophical framework does not seek to offer final and absolute truths. Instead, it aims to provide a systematic and critical analysis of the foundations and limitations of human cognition and understanding. The recognition of these limitations does not negate the value of knowledge but serves as a call for intellectual humility and ongoing inquiry. I would assert that my philosophical framework, with its emphasis on reason and the universal principles of morality, seeks to provide a coherent and robust foundation for ethical and epistemological inquiries. It encourages thoughtful contemplation and critical engagement with profound questions about human nature, reality, and moral obligations. Ultimately, philosophical debates are inherent to the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. My hope is that my critical philosophy sparks intellectual curiosity and inspires further explorations into the complexities of human reason and the nature of reality. By engaging in thoughtful dialogue, we can collectively strive for a deeper appreciation of the boundaries and possibilities of human knowledge and moral principles.
Some have accused you of being excessively abstract and overly optimistic about the potential of human reason. How would you address these criticisms?
While I acknowledge the complexity of these critiques, allow me to offer a defense of my philosophical approach. Firstly, concerning the charge of excessive abstraction, it is true that my philosophical inquiries often delve into abstract concepts and fundamental principles. I maintain that a rigorous examination of abstract ideas is necessary to establish a solid foundation for ethical and epistemological systems. By exploring these abstract notions, we can uncover universal principles that apply to all rational beings, transcending particular circumstances. However, I do recognize the importance of connecting these abstract principles to practical applications in the real world. While my philosophical works may appear abstract, they provide a framework for ethical decision-making and guide individuals in their moral actions. The abstract nature of my ideas is not meant to be detached from reality but serves as a basis for addressing moral dilemmas and ethical considerations in everyday life. Regarding the accusation of excessive optimism about the potential of human reason, I contend that reason plays a vital role in understanding the world and ourselves. However, I do not overlook the limitations of human reason. My critical philosophy recognizes the boundaries of human cognition and the distinction between the nominal and phenomenal realms. I maintain that while human reason is a powerful tool, it is not without its constraints and inherent limitations. Moreover, my emphasis on reason is not intended to ignore other aspects of human nature, such as emotions and personal experiences. I believe that a comprehensive understanding of human beings requires an acknowledgement of both our rational capacities and emotional sensibilities. In my view, the integration of reason and emotions is essential for ethical decision-making and moral development. In essence, I understand these criticisms as opportunities to refine and clarify my philosophical framework. While my works may appear abstract, they offer a systematic and methodical exploration of profound questions about ethics, metaphysics, and epistemology. The optimistic view of human reason does not negate the importance of humility and self-awareness in our intellectual pursuits. To fully appreciate the contributions of my philosophy, it is crucial to engage in a thoughtful and contemplative study of the interconnectedness of abstract principles and practical applications. By fostering a harmonious integration of reason and experience, we can strive for a more profound understanding of our moral obligations and the complexities of the human condition.
Your philosophy often emphasizes individual autonomy and self-governance, but how do your ideas apply to societal issues that require collective decision-making and cooperation?
While individual autonomy is central to moral responsibility, the complexities of social life necessitate collaboration and cooperation among individuals to address shared challenges. My philosophy acknowledges the interdependence among rational beings, and it recognizes the need for collective efforts in confronting societal issues and promoting the common good. In the realm of ethics, the concept of the categorical imperative provides a universal moral principle that applies to all rational beings, regardless of their individual circumstances. It enjoins individuals to act in a manner that can be rationally and universally applied, respecting the dignity and autonomy of others in the process. This principle emphasizes the ethical duty to consider the well-being of others and to act in a way that respects their rational agency. Furthermore, my ethical philosophy upholds the idea of a kingdom of ends, where individuals are regarded as both means and ends in themselves. In this view, societal issues require an ethical approach that treats all individuals as valuable moral agents, recognizing their equal worth and dignity. This perspective encourages collective decision-making processes that uphold the principles of fairness, justice, and mutual respect. While my philosophy emphasizes individual rationality and autonomy, it does not undermine the significance of collective action in addressing societal challenges. Cooperative efforts and collective decision-making are vital for resolving complex issues that extend beyond the scope of individual actions. In conclusion, my philosophical ideas on individual autonomy and self-governance complement the importance of collective decision-making and cooperation in addressing societal issues. The ethical principles of universality, respect for others' autonomy, and the kingdom of ends guide individuals in their interactions with one another and promote a harmonious society where the pursuit of individual and collective well-being can coexist.
As we explore your life and work, what would you like modern-day thinkers to take away from your ideas and apply to the challenges we face today?
I encourage thinkers to uphold the significance of reason and rationality in all aspects of life. Reason serves as the foundation for ethical decision-making, promoting objective and universal principles that respect the dignity of every individual. The concept of the categorical imperative underscores the importance of universal moral principles that apply to all rational beings. In a diverse and interconnected world, ethical decisions must be guided by principles that respect the rights and autonomy of every individual. I urge modern thinkers to recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. Respecting human dignity entails treating others as ends in themselves, never merely as means to an end. My philosophy highlights the value of individual autonomy and self-governance. Modern thinkers should consider the importance of empowering individuals to make informed choices and take responsibility for their actions. While individual autonomy is essential, societal challenges often require collective cooperation and collaboration. Thinkers should explore how individual autonomy and collective decision-making can work harmoniously to address complex issues. I maintain that ethical principles can guide human progress and development. Modern thinkers should strive to promote ethical practices and policies that contribute to the betterment of society. I encourage thinkers to engage in profound philosophical inquiry, questioning assumptions and critically examining ideas. Thought-provoking discussions can lead to greater understanding and solutions for contemporary problems. In a fast-paced world, taking time for ethical reflection is crucial. Thinkers should engage in contemplative thought to better understand moral dilemmas and make principled choices. Modern thinkers should seek to integrate various fields of knowledge to address complex challenges holistically. A comprehensive and interdisciplinary approach can lead to more comprehensive solutions. While perfection may not be attainable, striving for ethical ideals can lead to meaningful progress. Thinkers should set high ethical standards and work towards achieving them. By drawing from these aspects of my philosophical legacy, modern-day thinkers can navigate the complexities of the contemporary world with a strong ethical foundation, promoting respect for human dignity, reason, and cooperation for the betterment of society.
And there you have it, my fellow seekers of knowledge. Immanuel Kant, the enigmatic philosopher, has left us with a treasure trove of insights to ponder. From his categorical imperatives to the limitations of human reason, we've navigated the highs and the crooked timber of his profound thoughts. But remember, our quest for wisdom does not end here. Subscribe to Timeless Talks and join our community of lifelong learners. Let's continue to dive deep into the lives and minds of the legends who shaped our world. Until we meet again, keep daring to know, and may the riddles of history guide us towards a brighter future. This is David Lee, signing off from Timeless Talks. Stay curious, stay bold,